Good evening, everyone. Welcome to First Gear Racing's preseason for the IndyCar series. This is not week 2 at Rockingham. This is the preseason IndyCar race at Road America. We're just about wrapping up with practice. We're going to start qualifying here in a little bit. You can see the 24 of Josh O'Brien getting into the wall. That is the 98 car of Charles Braunstein. He has the 5th fastest time. Got just 2 minutes before we start qualifying. This is going to be 10 minutes or 4 laps of single car qualifying, whichever comes first, being Road America is almost a 4-mile track. We should have maybe 2 laps with the 10 minutes, an out lap, a hot lap. If you're fast enough, maybe you'll get another lap in. We'll see. I see Jason Haney's just put a hot lap in the number 9. He's going to park it and go back into the pits, it looks like. Yes, that is the case. So we look back at the 98 car of Charles Braunstein. There you see the 7 car of Tommy Thompson. Now we look at the 32 car of Ben Summerford as he turns it and barrels into turn number 1. That will conclude practice. We'll see who takes first to the track here as soon as it pops up on my timing and scoring. We'll jump to it. Nate Fields in the 57 car has entered the pit lane. So we do have had a few cars take to the track. There is Jason Haney in the number 9. FGR Delara. Jason Haney coming through turn 13 into turn 14. Looks like he is going to be one to put down a lap time first. Comes across the stripe. And it's a warm-up lap. So we'll follow along here and see how he does. And we ride on board with Jason through hurry downs into turn number 8. He's going to enter the carousel. Under the Mission Bridge, down into the kink. The cars do not have push to pass for qualifying, but they will have 200 seconds of push to pass to use during the race. They will also have a set of primary and alternate tires. You're going to have to change compounds at least once in the race, so each compound will be used. Jason to the top of the charts with the 146.05. Charles just completed a lap. He's 3/10 off the pace to Jason. Right now, third is Ben Summerford. A little under 2 seconds off of the pace. We'll switch to Josh O'Brien in the 24 here. Looks like he's in the hurry down section from turn 7 to 8. Tommy Thompson just turned the 4th best time. We'll go back to Josh because he is on a lap. Okay, I realized during the broadcast we were not having ambient sound, so if you guys can hear the cars now, somebody in the chat let me know. I know you could hear me, but I could not hear the cars. Looks like we've had a late car join, Noah Miller in the number 11. Looks like we have other cars. Oh, we have had Nate Fields crash. We will try to replay that, see what happened. Oh, just caught the rumble strips and turned it into the wall. Go back to live pictures. Nate's back on track after that incident. So we got about 20 seconds of qualifying left. Stay on here with Nate. And that is the end of qualifying. So pole position will go to Joshua O'Brien and the number 24. Second will be Jason Haney. Take a look at the grid here. Only 9 cars starting. As we said previously, Josh O'Brien on pole. Jason Haney second, 1.07 seconds off of the pace. Charles Braunstein third. Nate Fields fourth. Ben Summerford fifth, 3 seconds off. Mark Ouellette in the number 80 car in the 6th position, 3.6 seconds off the pace. Tommy Thompson's going to start 7th. Noah Miller starting 8th. Sheridan Wade 9th. Neither of those 2 drivers turning the time here in qualifying. So we've got a small field this evening, but I think it's going to put on a good show here. The race is 1 hour and 20 minutes long. Waiting on a few cars to come in. As soon as they log up, we should be ready to start the pace lap. And the pace car is away, and the field will start rolling. Check out the weather for this race this afternoon. Right-hand side of the screen, we have an 8 to 9 mile an hour wind. Ambient temperature of 67 degrees. Humidity is 37%. It is cloudy, and the track temp is 72%. Or 72 degrees, I'm sorry. We'll bring up the track map so you can keep track of your favorite driver. Come down into turn number 5. Long lap around here at Road America. Again, it's almost a 4-mile track. Drivers do have 200 seconds of push to pass to use this evening. They will have primary and alternate tires. They must switch tires at least once, so they use each compound. They do have one fast repair in the pits available as well. Check our timing stand on the left top left of the screen. You'll see who's on alternate and who's on primary tires. Should give us an indication of who's going to try to go longer into the race before they make a pit stop. Coming around the carousel about halfway through the lap here. This is First Gear Racing's first IndyCar race on a road course. Last season was an all oval schedule. This year a few road courses have been dropped in throughout. Try to keep a little variety in the schedule. Drivers getting the tires warmed up. On board with Josh O'Brien. Getting a good look at that pace car. 3 turns left before we go green. Getting a good look at the field behind him. Everyone's hungry to win the first IndyCar race in First Gear Racing on a road course. Josh jerking that car back and forth, trying to get the tires warmed up. Pace car is going to duck off there to the pit lane on the left. Cars are going to take their time coming up the hill here, lining up. And we are go! Josh gets a great start, followed by Jason. Charles in third. Jason's looks, decides not to. Josh leads through turn 1. Jason looking around. Side by side, down into turn 5. Hard on the brakes. Jason's going to take the position. But Josh is looking back. He's inside. Takes the lead back from Jason. And we have a car that's gone off. It's Charles Braunstein. He's back on. Get around the number 7 of Tommy Thompson. They're side by side through the carousel. Charles is going to clear him, retaking the 4th position. Tommy looking back as they go down into the kink, but no. Go back up front. Josh is pulling away by about a second over Jason Haney. Fields is closed into Jason for second. Field spread out now, about evenly through the top three. Josh guiding that number 24 smoothly through the corners. Josh pulling away now from Jason. He's almost doubled the gap. Fastest section of the track here, hard on the brakes. Right-hander that goes uphill to a left-hander, continuously uphill. Swing out wide. Go to the last corner, back onto the front stretch. Jason was faster through that section of the track, gained almost a second back of time. We'll check out the battle for fourth position back here. There's Sheridan Wade, followed closely by Charles Braunstein. Sheridan up 5 positions from the start of this race. And he's turned the fastest lap of the race. Charles looking underneath, nowhere to go yet. Keep an eye on this battle with Sheridan starting to pull away from Charles. Take a look at the number 11 car, Noah Miller, DeWalt sponsorship. So we have a barn burner of a battle going on back here for 7th. There's Tommy Thompson, Ben Summerford, and Mark Ouellette. Ben all over the back of Tommy Thompson. On board, looking out the back of the number 7 of Tommy Thompson. Catching a little bit of grass there. Seems Charles Braunstein has went off the track. We'll pull the replay up and take a look at it. Oh, just got loose, spins into the inside wall there. Lost a bit of his front wing too. We'll have to make a pit stop and get that fixed. Charles is carrying on with that broken front wing though, as you see him in front of Tommy Thompson and Ben, and Mark Ouellette has been off. He's being chased by Noah Miller, who has went off the track as well, but seems to have recovered. We do have that replay. Let's see how this pans out first. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened to Noah. There's a 98 of Charles. He is making a pit stop to get that wing repaired. We do have a battle for the lead heating up. I'm going to take a look at Josh and Jason here. The gap is closed to 6/10. Jason chasing Josh. And around goes to 24 out of the lead. Looks like he just got too much curb coming out of there. So I'll have to regroup and get through the carousel here, get back up to speed. Make sure he hasn't flat spotted or overheated the tires. While Charles Braunstein has gotten his repairs and left the pits, he is back on the track. And off goes Nate Fields and back on. And it looks like Jason Haney has went off track as well. Action all over the racetrack. We'll replay that one, see what happened here. He has maintained the lead in this, just a little too wide. Kicks up a little bit of the kitty litter. Almost went off into the tires over there, but held on to it. And Ben Summerford has went off track. Let's check that out. What happened here? Oh, just too wide. May have been a bit of case of mirror driving there, watching Noah Miller. So we'll go back to live pictures now. There is Nate Fields running in fourth. And it looks like Sheridan Wade is running Jason Haney down, so we'll go back to the battle for the lead. We have had Noah Miller go off again. So while they still got a gap, we'll check out Noah Miller's second off track. We did not view the first one yet. Into turn one, just a little too hard. Back on the track after a trip through the grass. Noah Miller stays in sixth position. Maybe having a bit of connection issue there as well. With that glitch there. Back to live pictures. That is Jason Haney going up the hill on the start-finish line. Cross it. 3.8 second gap back to Sheridan Wade, who has gone off track while we were viewing replays. Let's see what happened here. We just can't keep up with all the action going on. Another case of going too far wide, getting a taste of the kitty litter. Back on the track. It appears Noah Miller has went off, as has Mark Ouellette. We'll check Noah's replay out. Oh, caught a bit of the curb there. Another trip to the grass, locks it up, saves it. Makes a stop so he can get back in line, and he's going again. And Josh O'Brien has crashed. We're going to go to that. Locks it up, spins. So no damage, just a spin. And he's back underway, but he has lost third position to Nate Fields. There's Jason comfortably with a 5-second lead over Sheridan Wade. There's Sheridan. We'll look back 10 seconds to Nate Fields in third. And Noah Miller has gone off track again. Jason Haney's reached the top speed of 191 mile an hour. That has aided him in this 5-second lead he has over Sheridan Wade. Now you see Sheridan coming through hurry downs. Jason exits and goes into the carousel. Have more drivers going off track and back on. Doesn't seem to be anything too damaging. Number 11, Noah and Charles will stay on the racing action. Actually, no, we will go to Noah and Charles because they seem to be battling for 8th position. Noah Miller just kicking up some grass there. Charles looking to his outside. Charles just about lost it, but holds on to it. Both of these drivers are digging hard for 8th position. Noah runs wide, Charles even wider. He's going to gather it back up. That'll aid Noah in getting to his 8th position, putting a little bit of distance between he and Charles. Go back and take a look at the battle for 5th. Ben Summerford seems to be on the back of Tommy Thompson here. This is now the closest battle on the racetrack. Ben's closed in, but he doesn't seem to be able to make a move just yet. Ben digging hard through there, closing on the back of Tommy Thompson. Ben took a peek, but it's not there yet. Ben with a good run there. He's looking. They're not going to make the pass through the kink. Ben just hanging on there. Let's see if he's got anything for him in Canada corner. Not this time. Tommy Thompson hangs on. 24 car has closed up on Nate Fields. We're going to give Ben to turn one to see if he makes a move on Tommy here, and we'll go check out Nate and Josh O'Brien. Ben looking, dives underneath, smokes him, but he takes the position. Tommy's coming back. Compromised entry into the corner for Tommy Thompson. See if that can let Ben get a run. Ben looking. Oh, he got to the back. Off goes Ben Summerford. He's lost his front wing. He was trying hard to make a move on Tommy, but it did not work. Ben's got it back going, but he's missing his left front wing. Car's hard to steer. Through the grass and the kitty litter. He's going to get back on track, but it has cost Ben a ton of time with that incident. With that being settled for fifth now, we're going to go check out Josh and Nate. Josh has gotten around Nate. We do have Sheridan Wade getting ever so closer to Jason Haney. We'll go take a peek at that battle. Through hurry downs. Sheridan 2.2 seconds back at Jason Haney. Was on the push to pass button there. You can see that on the scoring pylon on the right. Oh, Sheridan spins, locks it down, doesn't hit anything. He's going to reverse, gather it back up, loses a ton of time, at least 8 seconds or more. Sheridan was digging hard there. He'd been on the push to pass button. Was closing in on Jason Haney, but Jason's going to escape. Into the pits comes Sheridan Wade. Probably going to want to get off them alternate tires and get a set of primaries on. Sorry, we're watching the pit wall. We'll get the camera changed so we can see. That's not any better. There we go. Sheridan Wade pits on lap 12. Mark Ouellette has gotten around Tommy Thompson for fifth. I see Tommy has entered the pit lane. Let's go to Tommy Thompson. There he is.
Although we welcome everyone to enjoy these racing events, safety is paramount. Please note the safety zone. This zone will be at the collective or
And Jason Haney has entered the pits. Josh O'Brien has entered the pits as well. Tommy Thompson exits the pits as Jason pulls into his. We'll look for the 24 car to enter the frame, along with Nate Fields, who is also pitting. So everyone is taking the opportunity to pit and change tires. 9 cars down and away. Check and see who gets out in the battle between Josh and Nate. Josh is down and away, as is Nate Fields. So back to Jason Haney. He's got a just over a 9.5 second gap back to Sheridan Wade, who is we have Josh O'Brien 9 seconds back from that. 8 seconds behind that is Nate Fields, who's got Mark Ouellette closing in on him. Mark putting on a fine drive here. And it appears Ben Summerford has went off track and come back on. Does not appear to have any damage suffered to that number 32. And we see Jason Haney powering into turn number 1. We'll go through the field since everybody except Mark has made a pit stop. So in first, Jason Haney. In second, the 54 of Sheridan Wade. In third, the 24 car of Josh O'Brien. Fourth, the 57 car of Nate Fields. And Mark is making a pit stop. We will check that out. And there he comes.
Although we welcome everyone to enjoy these racing events, safety is paramount. Please note the safety zones. Let one of our officials know if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.
And Mark has changed from the alternate to the primary tires. And he's down and away. So that drops Mark from 5th to 7th, losing 2 positions. Here comes Jason Haney up on the number 7 of Tommy Thompson to lap him. Tommy's going to go way down to the pit wall and get out of the way. Sheridan Wade is closing in on Jason Haney. He's not enough to make a threat yet, but he has gained 2 seconds since we last looked. Sharon is almost 7 seconds back. There comes Sheridan down into turn number 3. I'm sorry, turn 5. Field being spread out here a little bit. Do have the leader coming up on Ben Summerford. Look out of the box. Back at Sheridan Wade, he's come up on Tommy Thompson to work around that little bit of traffic he's got in front of him. Josh O'Brien turning his fastest lap of the race, that last lap of 1:45.97. There's Sheridan looking underneath Tommy. Sheridan hitting the power a little early, kicking a little sideways. Working around Tommy Thompson. And he's going to do it. Passes Tommy through turn number 14 onto the front stretch. Jockeying for position with Tommy is allowing the 24 to close up on him. Sheridan's put a little bit of distance between he and Tommy. And we see Nate Fields has went off the track. He's way into the kitty litter at the bottom of turn 5. He's gathered it back up. Just lost time. Car doesn't seem to have any damage. He's going to carry on, it looks like. Go back and see what exactly happened. We caught him coming back onto the track. Hard on the brakes, just a little too late, a little too hot. Locks him down. Gets to know the kitty litter a little better and back onto the track. Nate slides off again. Oh, big bounce there. Coming back on from the kitty litter to the grass to the track. It's not going to help the underbody of that car. That will affect the handling. We do have Sheridan closing up on the back of the lap car of Ben Summerford. He has made quick work of Ben. Going to forge ahead looking for Jason. The gap is 8.7 seconds. Sheridan driving the wheels off that thing, kicking it sideways. He's on the hunt for that 9 car. I believe we are about 3 laps away from pit stops. I expect the 54 car to pit first. Hang on to it there, Sheridan. He pitted a lap ahead of the 9, 24, and 57. Those are still our top 4 drivers there. Jason has come up on the back of the lap car of Mark Ouellette. Through the kink, Mark's off, hits the wall, hangs on to it though. It's a hard corner to navigate alone, much less side by side. Mark paying the price there. Would not be surprised if he's got some suspension damage or a wobbly wheel after that. Take a look at the blimp camera here. And there's Jason. There you see Sheridan. Followed by Josh, who's being chased by Nate on this coming onto the front stretch, 45 seconds behind them 3. Got the 80 car of Mark a lap down. He's being chased down by the 98 of Charles Braunstein right there. And Ben Summerford is chasing them. And that's a good mix of leaders and lapped cars right there. They're all kind of interwoven together, navigating through each other. And it appears Noah Miller has crashed. We're going to take a look at that replay and see what happened to Noah. He is in the pits now. All the drivers did have one fast repair. I imagine he may have used his up. Oh, tank slapper. Loses it, but doesn't hit any. Oh, should have locked it down there if he could have. Smashed the front nose off of that car. That's when he went to the pits. We've had a pass for 5th position. That was Charles Braunstein. And Mark went off the track. That's how Charles got around him. We'll take a look at that then, since we see that with a better camera angle. Mark feeling the pressure. Didn't get slowed down for the corner enough, took a trip through the kitty litter. To get those tires scrubbed off really quick. Lots of dirt and trash, dust and debris on them things. Back to live pictures, we'll take a look at Jason Haney. Still 8.6 seconds in front of Sheridan Wade. Sheridan seems to be navigating the lapped car of Charles Braunstein here. We'll follow along with that. Through the kink. No reason alongside. Charles caught a little bit of grass. Sheridan catches grass. Oh, Sheridan almost went off the track, but kept it together. Still pushing hard, trying to catch that 9 car of Jason Haney. More grass there. Charles goes off, gathers it back up. Well, that is allowing that 24 car there of Josh O'Brien to close in even more. Josh is closed. We've had Nate Fields. He's off the track at the last corner again. Everyone seems to have had their fair share of troubles this evening. This race is turning into a matter of survival, and we should have pit stops coming up any lap now. And Sheridan Wade has entered the pit lane. Follow along with Sheridan. See how this pit stop fares. You see Josh to the bottom of your camera there, moved into second position. And Mark Ouellette has seemed to have crashed at the bottom of the hurry downs. We'll take a look at that while Sheridan pits. See what has happened to the number 80 car. I'm sorry, I've pushed the wrong button. Sheridan is exiting the pits. We'll take a look at that replay now of Mark going off track. Down the hurry downs. Oh, just rear end kicked out on him. Maybe too much rear brake on that one. And the leader's crashed. The leader, Jason Haney, has went off and had some trouble. The same spot Mark has. No spin for yes, there is a spin for Jason. Locks it down. He's going to get back on the track, though. Huge amount of time lost for Jason. Go back to live pictures because the 24 car is close to within 3 seconds of him. Neither of them have yet to make a pit stop. And Jason Haney's entering the pits, as does Josh O'Brien. We'll have to see how these pit stops shake out for both of these guys. This should put the top three pretty close within one another. Still not halfway through this race yet. No, correction. We have made it past halfway. Jason is down and away. There comes Sheridan, who's going to have the full head of steam, and into the lead goes Sheridan Wade. Costly mistake from Jason Haney at the bottom of hurry downs there. Josh O'Brien in hot pursuit in third position. Sheridan Wade on the button, using that push to pass, trying to gain every little bit of advantage that he can. Jason Haney had a comfortable gap until that incident. Sheridan able to capitalize on it. Top three all under a blanket within 4 seconds of one another. Sheridan back on that push to pass. Using them alternate tires to good use. For those that don't know, the alternate tires provide more grip but do not last as long as the primary tires, and you can tell those two, the difference between the primary and the alternate. The alternate tires will have the red stripe around the edge of the tire. As you see on Sheridan here, he's got the alternate tires on. Jason Haney has black around his tires that look like normal tires. Those are the primary tires. Sheridan increasing the gap between he and Jason by just a little bit. Jason pushing hard there is going to catch a little bit of kitty litter through turn number 5 into turn number 6. Lost a little bit of time doing that. This allowed Josh to close in. This is the closest battle on the racetrack for second position. Jason back on the push to pass button down the front stretch. Jason kicking up a little dust back into Josh's face there. Josh right up to the back of him. Closing in ever so slightly. Sheridan has gone off track. Sheridan is spun. He's going to lose first and for second. What has happened to Sheridan? Broken front nose too. Oh no. Sheridan's going to have to nurse the thing back to the pits and get the front nose replaced. We do have a replay. Let's see what happened to Sheridan. Oh, just a little too hard through the turn. Oh, missed the tires into the concrete barrier. Jason and Josh pass by. We got a whale of a battle going on for the lead now. Side by side down the front stretch into turn number 1. Josh is going to be hard on the brakes. Makes it stick. Jason's going to come back. Does he have anything for Josh? He looks underneath. Nothing. Oh, Jason powering out of that corner. Almost lost control. Sheridan Wade has entered the pits to get those repairs completed. Oh, Charles Bronstein off the track there, right in front of the leaders. A lot of courtesy there, staying out of the way. Charles is a nice fella. Doesn't want to get in the way and cost anybody the race. Jason crossing over. No, not yet. Oh, Jason off the track. He's going to spin and hit the wall as well. He's broken his front wheel. Straight to the pits for Jason. Hang on to it. Oh, tough luck for Jason Haney. He was driving so hard in pursuit of the 24. Now he's broken his right front tire and his front wing. There's a place you'd want to crash, not that you ever do, but right by pit entrance is the best place to lose the least amount of time to get your car repaired. He's not going to be happy with himself after that. Back on track goes Jason Haney. So this does put them off of different pit strategies now. So we're coming up on about 30 minutes left in the race, a little under 30 minutes. Jason is 40 seconds behind. Josh O'Brien now. Jason catching a little bit of grass there, trying to navigate through this tough Road America track. Do have Josh navigating the lap car of Tommy Thompson. Oh! Big crash! The 24 catches air. He's into the wall. Tommy Thompson loses his rear wing. The 24 has crashed. The 7 has crashed again with the broke rear wing. He's right in the middle of the track at the hurry downs. Unbelievable turn of events here as the 24 launched over the back of the 7. The 7's going to carry on and try to get back to pit lane. Broke front nose, broke rear wing. That'll be very tedious with that car. No downforce at all on it. Make sure he gets back to the pits okay. Every driver in the top 4. Sorry, top 3 now. Going to loop Josh O'Brien in there. He was top 4. They've all had incidences, broken wheels or something that have made them have to pit. Watch Tommy Thompson limp back to the pits. It's worth another look. Josh just seemed to get through that corner so much better. Oh, almost launched out of the track. Let's ride on board with Josh. Watch that replay again. There you see him. Oh, Tommy was so slow through there. Unexpected. Wings gone. Left front suspension broken on Josh's car. He's not going to be happy about that. Go back to live pictures. So Jason Haney has re-inherited the lead with Josh's misfortune. He's got a 6-second gap over the 54 car of that man, Sheridan Wade. And Nate Fields has come back into the fold. He's a little further back at 17 seconds behind the lead. I'm sorry, 23 seconds behind the leader. 17 seconds behind second place Sheridan Wade. But he's had a whale of a recovery, a couple of off tracks. He's making good, coming back through the field. Navigating that number 57 back onto a podium position. That does put the number 24 of Joshua O'Brien out of the race. See if we can get the 24 to talk to us here. I'll leave it up to him if he wants to come talk to us. See if we can get his viewpoint of what happened in that incident with Tommy Thompson that took him out of the race. Meanwhile, Sheridan Wade is closed in on Jason Haney by 2 more seconds. That gap is 4.4. As we watch Jason navigate Canada corner. Followed in hot pursuit by that man in the 57. As this battle starts to brew between the 9 and the 54, we're going to real quick run through the field, see how things have shuffled out. That's third place, Nate Fields, 36 seconds behind the leader. There's Mark Willett, number 80, in fourth, 1 lap down. He is being pursued 8 seconds adrift by Charles Braunstein in the number 98 in 5th position. And there's Tommy Thompson coming through turn number 6 in the number 7 car.
You got a copy, brother?
Hello, Josh. Sorry to
What's
see
going on, man?
Sorry to see that you're out of the race. It seemed like the 7 car slowed suddenly and you launched over the top of him. What happened?
Yeah, it's for me anyways, that's a full throttle little kink there. Had a good run. Just did not expect him to slow up that much. I tried to get on the brakes, but if I would have got on him much more, I would have locked up and I would have been into that wall anyway. So fortunate turn of events.
Unfortunate is the word. You had it. The 54 and the 9 had both encountered problems and ripped their tires off and broke their wings, and you'd capitalized on that and was looking to be in a good position. It's not to be.
Yeah. Fortunately, had 2 incidents myself early on off tracks, but was able to keep it off the wall. And then I was like 20 seconds back there and managed to get to, I think, 13, and then Jason had his issues. So I was closing and ended up capitalizing. Unfortunate for both them guys, and now I'm sitting here with you.
You're more than welcome to stay the rest of the race with us if you're up for it. We do seem to have a barn burner heating up for the lead. Jason Haney's got a 3.2 second lead heading into the carousel. Sheridan Wade using that push to pass to his advantage, closing in a little bit. He's whittled the gap down.
Be interesting to see how much Sheridan has left. I think he's been on that. I don't know if you can tell or not. I know Jason had quite a bit left when I last talked to him, because when we and him were running second and third to him, I was asking him, like, can we tag along together and catch up to him? How much push to pass you got? Trying to strategize instead of battling with him. Just stay hooked together and run. But
yeah, Sheridan, I believe, has been the one in the field the most to use push to pass. He has been using it like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, he's around.
Oh, let's go back and look. That is not a good camera view for us here. I don't think he's hit anything. As he gets back up to speed. Make sure he's okay going down to turn 1, and then we'll take a look at the replay. Looks to have all 4 tires, all the wings on it. Safely navigates turn 1. We'll take a look at that replay now. Oh, too much
Got
curb.
out into that dirt.
That corner
Got
has
out in
been
that loose
playing
gravel.
havoc with everybody tonight.
That one's so easy to overdrive. That's one of the ones I was underdriving and trying to get a better exit instead of overdriving and pushing wide because it is so loose out there. Once you hop over that curb and get into that a little bit of sand right there on the exit of that pavement, and it'll grab you quick.
We do have the 80 car of Mark Willett on the pit lane. He's hiding behind the wall there. There's a better view of him.
Shout out to Sheridan, though, for letting that car roll and get pointed the right direction. If he would have stayed on them brakes, he would have been into that outside wall.
Yes, sir. See if he can. He's been good at running Jason down, but I'm not sure if that was assisted by push to pass or if that was all out pace. We'll have to see. He's still got 18 minutes to do something with Jason. It's going to be tight if they've got a pit again, too. I'm not sure if they will or not.
They will. I was just talking with Jason on our strategy there. He had one more pit stop, and when he had his issue, he just used a fast repair and did not take tires because we've already pit 3 times already, so they're trying to save that last set for about 20 minutes to go.
Okay. And we're getting into that window. Is this 103 on the clock out of 120?
That's at least Jason and I. I'm not sure about Nate because he had an incident too, so I don't know if he remembered to manage them tires or not.
Yep, Nate has had his fair share of issues, and that's what's put him 30-something seconds, 40-something seconds back behind the leaders. I wish SDK would keep account of who. Oh, he's entering the pits now, so this might be opportunity for him to close the gap in if he can get a decent pit stop here. 40-second gap is pretty big to overcome, but it's not impossible with the way everyone has had issues today.
Things fall your way. It is your race. Just have a clean last 16 or so minutes here.
Matter of survival in this series.
I ended up staying on primaries there. Once I started on them alternates, you get a little bit of heat in them tires. They overheat so quick. So
yes.
After I ran alternates, my car seems a lot more stable, and I had that whole second, third fuel run there with no incidents. The car felt good. And I could still dive in and brake like I wanted to.
So Nate Field stayed on alternate tires. He's still in third position. Got the 9 car coming up on the 80 car of Mark.
Jason maintaining that 10-second lead.
Yep, Sheridan
right around
assisted
there.
them with that.
I think once Jason gets on fresh tires here, it'll be interesting to see what lap times he's going to run. Because he's super fast. And he's still on them old tires with spin out on them. So
Yep,
they are scuffed up.
Jason's best lap has been a 1 minute 46.03. His last lap was a 1:46.9, so about a second drop off from his fastest lap. Sheridan.
That's not too bad.
Sheridan ran a
all things considered.
1:47 that last lap. And then some of these other last lap times, I believe, are jumbled up off tracks. And pit stops have affected these lap times for fourth on back. Right now, Jason on the primary tire, Sheridan Wade on the alternate. There we can take a look at the amount of off tracks each driver has had. Jason Haney coming in with 11 off tracks. Sheridan was 7. Nate Fields was 12. Charles was 15. Mark 17. Tommy Thompson was 7 as Jason enters the pits.
Jason making his final pit stop of the race. That'll carry him to the end.
13 minutes left in the race. That has given Sheridan the lead. Looks like Ben has gone off track between the hurry downs and carousel. Jason's away. We'll take a quick look at what happened to Ben, the 7th place car. He's already around there. See if we can. There's a better replay. Just gassed it up and around she goes. Oh, I thought I saw Sheridan's name pop up, but it disappeared.
It did. It popped up for me too and went quickly away.
Get a little bit of the grass there under the bridge. Coming down into turn 5. Uses some of the curb. Under the Corvette bridge into turn 6. 28-second lead over Jason, who made a pit stop. Sheridan has not pitted yet. Actually, no, we're watching a replay. Let's go back to live pictures. There's Jason Haney. There's Sheridan Wade, who's entering the front stretch, and he's heading into the pits.
So Jason 27 seconds behind as Sheridan enters the pits. It'll be interesting to see how this pit stop goes and what the difference will be.
Jason is
He
exiting
completes the
Canada
stop.
corner.
Down 15 seconds here, so going on to the front stretch.
That's a good camera view we were looking for there. There goes Jason.
Passes
Sheridan's away. Maintain pit speed until the blue or the green cone there. Stay next to the blue cone. And he's away 7.2 seconds back. He'll have to get those tires warmed up.
Oh, pushing wide.
Right on board with Sheridan here.
About a second and a half he gained through that pit cycle. Pushing wide again. With cold tires, full tank of fuel makes this car's very tricky to handle. Takes a full lap and a half for these tires to really come in so you can start pushing again. Jason still on them primaries. Sheridan decided to stay with them alternate red tires.
We'll go on board with Jason. He's come up a lap for Ben Summerford. Less than 10 minutes left in this race.
Gap's closer to 8 seconds now, 7.8.
Jason just biding his time with this lap traffic. Power's on the push to pass as we go under the Sargento Bridge.
Sheridan is out of push to pass now, showing
Yes, he
0
is.
left. Jason's still 100 seconds, so
Under 9 minutes left. Ben moves over to the side. Easy with that tight corner entry there. Through the carousel.
Gap staying steady right around 8 seconds.
He's back up to 4th. Since Jason has a comfortable lead, we're going to look at the battle for 4th here. That's Mark Ouellette just in front of Charles Braunstein. Both of them 1 lap down. They're going to put on a show here for 4th, I reckon, with under 8 minutes left in the race. We'll keep an eye on timing and scoring to see if anything changes between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Charles has 4 lap fresher tires than Mark.
And Charles is on push to pass, trying to chase down Mark under the Sargento Bridge, looking down to turn 5. Charles making it work. He's going to look inside. Not this time. Mark gives him room. Yes, he does. Take it. No. Yes. Charles kicking it sideways, almost losing control, hanging on to it. Takes 4th position for Mark. Charles with a little dust there.
Jason opening that lead up to almost 10 seconds now.
Making use of push to pass. It looks like he's lost a few more seconds off the chart here. As you can look at the top left of the screen. Jason with 84 seconds, Sheridan 0, Nate Field 71. Charles and Mark about even, 38 and 37. Tommy still has all 200 seconds to push to pass. Mark getting rid of grass there. Run down to Canada corner. Coming up, 6 minutes to go in this 120-minute race. Take a gander through the field here. That's Jason Haney, the leader, is coming onto the front stretch. He's got a 10-second gap over that man, Sheridan Wade. .52 seconds off the leader, still on the lead lap. 57 car of Nate Fields.
Jason just ran a 1:46.6 to Sheridan's 1:47.5, so still full second faster lap there.
And that's on good
keeping
pace.
that gap.
It's not his fastest lap of the race, but it is close. Steady race, steady speed. We have Mark, who's gone off track. Mark looks like he's hit the tire barriers, coming out of hurry downs. Mark has lost part of that front wing. He'll probably have to make a visit to the pits. We've hit under 5 minutes to go. We'll take a look at that crash real quick. Underturned in that corner. It just says hello to the tires. Sheridan has gone off track. Gonna go live. He has lost his front wing. This could cost him second position in the race.
Yep, like he jumped back on track, off track again, on track, and then back off track.
Oh, the front suspension does seem to be broke. He's struggling with that car, trying to get it going. It is crab walking like crazy. We're looking for Nate Fields. He's still 40 seconds back.
Ooh, Mark off track. Mark down pit lane.
Sheridan has not given up the ghost yet. There he goes. He is gone. That is going to put him into the pits. Nate Fields is going to come through and inherit second position. There's Charles Braunstein. Has moved up to third with that incident. Tough luck for Sheridan Wade.
Looks like that'll seal the deal for Jason as long as he keeps it clean, no pressure.
Mark is
racing
in the pits
yourself
as well, but has gained fourth position through all of that.
Unfortunate turn of events for Mark. He had putting together a great race.
Tommy Thompson has entered the pits as well. There he is. So now that we've sorted out kind of where everyone has fallen, there's our leader, Jason Haney, 55 seconds over Nate Fields in second. Jason coming down the Canada corner. Just needs to keep it smooth and steady. Hang on for another 2.5 minutes. He'll collect the checkered flag.
Yep, he's backed his pace up. Backed his pace up quite a bit. Last lap was 1:48. He knows he's just running himself here. No need to push it.
55, 56-second gap. No pressure
Coming
from
into
behind.
2 minutes left, so probably get this lap in, and the white flag will probably come out after that. So
And just
probably
in the
about
background there, you see Ben Summerford has collected 5th position from Tommy Thompson. Tommy is he is exiting the pits now. So there you see Tommy. And there's Ben. He's drove a steady, smart race, overcome his incidents. He's moved into 5th. Tommy is 16 seconds behind Ben in the battle for 5th. We'll see if he has anything. I doubt it. Just needs to stay steady. Unless anybody has incidents, I do believe Charles will stay in 3rd. He has a lap advantage over Mark, who has a lap advantage over Ben.
It's showing 1 minute and 8 seconds between Charles and Mark, and then another minute between Mark and Ben here. The only ones that I think could possibly change are between Ben and Tommy. As long as they keep it, there's 17 seconds between them. So
that gap growing into the 18 seconds now. So Jason Haney's going to come across the line. That is white flag. This is the last lap. Yep. Jason 2 seconds off the pace now. He's going to burn some push to pass for fun here.
yeah, still got 64 seconds of it. Don't overdrive this corner now. Lots of extra speed.
This corner, the bottom of hurry downs, the last corner, the 3 most treacherous corners on this track this evening.
Turn 5 was my killer in practice. I've finally figured it out. You got to be easy on throttle going up the hill into 6 because there's a bump there, and if you have that throttle matted, the car gets super uneasy and you want to spin right out into the inside. Did that early on in the race on them reds once they got heat in them.
Back on the button as he's coming down into the kink for the final time.
Through 11 down into 12. Hard on the brakes.
Through Canada corner safely. 2 turns left to navigate for Jason Haney. Comes up over the hill. Gonna make that hard right turn onto the front stretch. Don't run wide. Very good. Up over the hill. He's zigzagging to victory. It's the number 9 car of Jason Haney winning the first IndyCar race for First Gear Racing on a road course.
Well executed performance.
Survived all kind of hellfire and brimstone there. Get along on board with Nate Fields here. He's coming down into the kink. Up the hill. And that's going to be second place for Nate Fields. 1.1 minute and 2 seconds behind. Sounds like Mark may have stuffed it into the tires. Yes, he did. Go back and follow Charles, the third place driver, 1 lap down. He's going to go through the last corner.
Up the hill. Here, that third place position for Charles.
And across the line, here's your top 3. Jason Haney, the number 9. Nate Fields in the 57, and Charles Braunstein in the 3rd position.
4th, Mark Owlett. 5th, Ben Summerford. 6th, Tommy Thompson. And then those are your active drivers. 7th, Sheridan Wade out. 8th, myself. And 9th, Noah Miller will round out that field.
Noah Miller going out early. Jason's going to bring it to the start-finish line. Let's see what he's got for us. Is he going to do a big smoky burnout? Is he going to have donuts? Or is he just going to park it?
Please note that sound levels will be monitored. Please make your way to the scrutineering bay for testing or any incidents. Thank you.
And it is donuts this afternoon for Jason Haney in the number 9.
Don't put her in the wall. These cars have been through enough. Who's going to get it this time?
And, oh, broken rear wing for Jason. This is definitely a photo op for Jason. We'll get it on the Twitter account.
Easy now. We still got to go through post-race inspection with these.
That is true.
Don't want to mess with that ride height.
It'll get you. First gear racing inspectors will be all over that 9 car.
Like we got some guys entering that waiting room. Got Nate Fields and Jason down there.
Alrighty. Let's minimize our timing and scoring.
Charles in there just yet.
We'll go ahead and pull Nate
Driver.
Fields in. Hello, Nate. Do you have a copy?
I do.
Strong run back to second. Had a lot of adversity to overcome. What do you got to say?
Oh, yeah. I made a lot of early mistakes. I couldn't keep pace. So I just hung back and wait for somebody to make some mistakes and got a couple mistakes out of it.
There were plenty of those. A lot of front runners and heavy hitters encountering trouble. But you ran a good, clean race for the most part and was able to collect second, fighting through all the attrition.
Yep, absolutely. Had a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for coming out with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Got any shout-outs?
Beautiful run.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say beautiful run and then say the same thing you said. Anybody watching at home or shout-outs to anybody?
Oh, yeah. My son, Sheridan Wade. I don't know what happened there at the end. It's a accident-prone track, and it just once it gets you. So I made too many mistakes, honestly. But
yeah,
capitalized on a couple others.
He was hard charging there for Jason and just got a little wide in turn 14 coming back to the start-finish and kind of overcorrected it, got it into the wall there, and that was pretty much the end of his night.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for him, but yeah, a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, sir. We'll send you back to the general.
All right.
And we'll bring in Charles
Good night, buddy.
Braunstein. Charles, do you have a copy?
Hi there.
You survived and brought it home in third place. Good run, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a grueling race.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of action to keep up with.
Yeah, but you guys were doing a great job up in the booth. Like, that was fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You did too. You kept us entertained. Battling Mark there at the
I
end.
think I did more so than a lot of people.
You did overcome a lot. I kept seeing you light up the screen. You were a very
Yeah.
action-packed race tonight for you.
Hey, it was fun. It was great. These guys raced really hard, and I don't know if I really should have been third, but we put together some clean laps, and it was fun.
Hey, you got to be there at the end. You got to race all 120 minutes, and that's what you did. Able to
Yeah,
come home in
yeah.
third, buddy. Good job.
Hey, it was fun. It was great.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming out. You got anybody you need to give a shout out to?
I need to give a very strong apology to Sheridan for telling him to pass on the inside and then looking up and realizing, oh, I'm on the inside. So sorry about that, bud.
Yeah, that's something we may need to talk about in the drivers' meeting. Is we have inside and outside on ovals, but on road courses, it really needs to be left and right. I think it would help
Yeah,
distinguish because we had that
yeah,
problem in GT3s too. So maybe it's something we can talk to everybody about and just give a reminder in the drivers' meetings for IndyCars and
yeah, probably a little
GT3s.
bit, but it was a great race nonetheless. So thank you all.
Yes, good job. Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
We will send you back to General and bring in the race winner here. Jason Haney, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Strong, hard fought race there. Lots of adversity to overcome. A couple of damages to the car there. And some off sequence pit stops. What do you got to say?
Heck of a race. Road America brings it every time we come here in whatever series. It's some really good racing. Track is super challenging. The track temp being cool at 72 tonight was a little bit to kind of hold on to at the beginning, but once the tires got warm, it wasn't too bad. It was just getting to that point where you could get the grip, get the best out of the car, and try not to make mistakes, because that's the only way this race was won, by fewest mistakes. And I got lucky that where I had my biggest mistake was right before pit road.
I was said during the
And
broadcast that was the luckiest place to have a crash. Least
yeah,
amount of time lost.
and then I was able to not take tires and still come out and still run decent laps to save my set for my last stop. I was very fortunate that I didn't have to take that set right there, because that would have doomed me, until of course what happened to Josh and Sheridan. He was staying within that 10-second window of me after my crash, and I thought we were going to have a heck of a battle with him pitting before me and taking alternates again, but I felt so much better and comfortable on the primaries for the longer runs that I decided to stay with them. And I think that paid off for me to not make another mistake, because there at the end of the race, I didn't have anybody pressuring me. I didn't overdrive. I just tried to manage to make sure I didn't mess up. And I got lucky and didn't. Car was good. The track was good. Really appreciate everybody coming out and running with us tonight, and it was fun. Bummer to see so many cars get wrecked out, but IndyCar series at any road course is going to be hairy, and it's going to throw attrition at us, and it's one thing I was trying to avoid. I try to avoid not using fast repairs anymore, but I was thankful to have one tonight.
It definitely kept the race entertaining and engaging with everybody having incidents. Kept throwing a joker in there.
Right. Yep. And I mean, looking at the stats here, looks like everybody was in the double digits. So to say that if anybody could have came in here and ran a 0x race, they probably would have won by 2 or 3 laps.
Yes, I agree.
Beautiful incident-free last stint for you.
Yeah, it was smooth. After I got back out on track and saw that Sheridan, when he made his stop, and he was right around 7 seconds, but I took my outlap really careful, so I gave up some time there just to make sure that when I got heat in the tires, I could push if needed, and I did a little bit just to get it extended out to a 10-second lead or so, and then there I was like, all right, I can manage. I'm not gonna let what happened to me on Saturday night in the Gen 6 series happen again. I'm just gonna manage and make sure I stay out of trouble. And tonight I was able to do that. And then obviously by whatever happened to him there at the end, that took him out, obviously opened the window where I had a much bigger gap over Nate, and was able to really just, kind of cruise there, burn my push to pass the best I could on the straights just to say I got to use it. But it was fun. It was a fun race. It was a fun night, and I appreciate everybody coming out. Sorry you got taken out there, Josh, and it was fun getting to race with you. I wish I wouldn't have wrecked when we were racing together, because I thought we were going to have some pretty good battle in there. But nonetheless, good night, and proud of P1, and congrats to Nate and Charles for also surviving enough to get their podiums as well.
Yeah, it was a fun battle there with you. Unfortunate for you, and then just after for me. So it was battle of the best here.
Yep, got to watch out for those rolling chicanes. Got to show courtesy.
That's it.
Well, that will do it for the first IndyCar road course race for First Gear Racing here on the First Gear Network. Everyone stay happy, stay healthy. We'll see you on Wednesday for GT3s. Y'all have a good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Meow.
Meow.